And we are live. What is going on?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. For our this week in Ninja Turtle news. I'm already messing up. I already forget what we talk about.
I guess I have a feeling you have a good amount of news that you're like.
We do have a good amount of news for Ninja Turtle wise for this week. We're in the beginning of August. August is already started. Like July is done.
Oh my god.
I know exactly. Yeah, it's amazing how like fast these times are going. All right. If you guys don't know, my name's Jason,
And I'm Anna.
and we host the podcast Turtle Recall every Thursday. The full audio podcast gets released. Anna and I we break down each episode of the original Ninja Turtles cartoon. And this week we're looking at part one of the three-part finale of the season 3 finale, the big ripoff. It'll be fun, and and be sure to let us know your season 3 memories. We would love to hear because season 3 is such a popular season, and that everyone remembers the episodes of season 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. You ready?
I'm so ready.
All right. So, the first thing I kind of want to brush about is NECA. They posted on their Instagram that the Ultimate Casey Jones figure and the San Diego Comic Con Super Shredder action figure are shipping now to Walmart.
Oh.
Yeah, so in a few weeks we should start seeing them at Walmart stores. I do want to also add that Muckman and Mondo Gecko should be shipping soon to Target. And before we went live, I already saw someone posted in Texas that Mondo and Muckman were already found there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, exactly. I was fortunate. What I liked what NECA did was a few days ago they did like a pre-order system, so we could just pre-order Mondo and Muckman from their site,
Mm-hmm.
and it just took the hassle for we had to pay for shipping. That's the only unfortunate part because if it was Target, it would be free shipping. But uh, the fact that just like that one less I have to drive to these stores.
Yeah.
And I know we keep saying this has been like over a year now, but I'm hoping that NECA can make it that when these figures go out, they're not super hard to find, and people can have just a regular so that people can see it on the shelves and be like, oh, I want to pick this up.
Yes.
Especially the people who aren't in the savvy internet, who don't follow our podcast, who don't know that these figures are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I had for this one. Just letting people know. Just and if you start seeing Casey or Super Shredder, let us know. Post some pictures. We haven't seen them yet, but hopefully we will soon. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about. Do you remember? It was I want to say it was about a month ago. They had Nickelodeon had a contest with Prospect 100, and it was to get all the young artists to come up with their own original designs for Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. They actually awarded a winner, and here is the winning art. And the hold on for but yeah, so this is the winning art. This is the one that they chose. It looks really cool. If you're listening to audio, it's kind of hard to describe.
Let me look at it.
Yeah. Go ahead and take a look at it. Because it's kind of wavy. It's all four turtles, and then there's also Shredder.
Yes.
Um,
Where's Shredder?
Shredder's over here in the corner.
Oh, cool.
Right. Uh,
I would say it's like a little girly style.
Yeah. So, the winner of the contest, her name is Lily Stock. She's the
Oh,
one.
I
Yeah.
told you it's girly.
Yes. Yes. Definitely girly. Oh, I'm just now looking at this. Splinter's in there too.
Yes,
Look.
I saw a Splinter.
Yeah. I didn't. No, I didn't notice Splinter there before. To be honest. Really cool art. This is going in the future. This will be in a future like official Ninja Turtles uh art like a merchandise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Like so, she won money, and like Nickelodeon gets to win. Like, hey, we get to sell this and like put this in future stuff. I'm curious if like they're gonna sell this as I know Nickelodeon has done things like where like, hey, you can buy this art and they put it in a poster.
That's
Or
awesome.
yeah. So you can so you can buy a print of it. It'd be really cool if like we actually get to see some of this art like in an action, like not like action figure, but in a package or something like that. Or like it's like, oh hey, here's like they like to sell like bubble wands or something like that, and like all of a sudden like we see this art with it too.
That's so cool.
I don't know if they're gonna go that far with it, but this will be making it with the official Ninja Turtle merchandise.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Congratulations, Lily. The art is amazing,
Yes,
and I'm
yes.
pretty sure, I didn't see the other entries in there, but I'm pretty sure that there were some really cool entries in there.
I'm
And
sure.
yeah. I'm sure it was really hard to pick a winner. So congratulations on that. And then, so also, it was either like it was a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember? A couple of weeks ago? Both the Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers Twitter like had this like art of like their crossover comic. All right, and like they didn't really say much about it. And like one of them, I think it was Ninja Turtle, said coming soon. Well, again, we're having more art of the Ninja Turtles crossover comic. However, this one, there's actually new images. Because neither of these events have happened in the Power Rangers Ninja Turtle crossover comic that came out, I believe, 2 years ago. This is new, and so the Power Rangers Twitter, they posted the command center with the party wagon driving to the command center.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And they're asking actually like, oh, does pizza deliver out here? I'm wondering if Alpha did order pizza for the Ninja Turtles or not. But yeah, like in the crossover comic, we never saw the actual van before. So hey, this could be a hint for a new book. I mean, someone's drawing something new. And then it says greetings from Angel Grove, and then the Ninja Turtle Twitter. Theirs is greetings from New York, but instead of the Statue of Liberty, it's replaced by a statue of Rita Repulsa, and it's also green. Yeah, and then the turtles. We actually have this one. Actually has the turtles on there, and they're like, "Oh, there goes the neighborhood," and they're like, and Raphael's like getting mad at Mikey because Mikey says he kind of likes the new statue. But yeah, they haven't like said anything else about it yet, but this really looks like a new crossover comic coming, because like these are it's either a new crossover comic coming or they're just having fun and the artists are just like, hey, let's just draw some stuff. But the way that they're doing it, in the hashtags they're doing there, they're hashtagging and tagging Boom and IDW Comics. Like the two comics industries that created both these. Or has the license for both these characters. So I can only imagine that they're hinting at a new crossover comic. What I found is weird is that the fact that Comic-Con came and went, and there was no announcement of a new comic. So I don't know, because usually the crossover comics or like new comic events, announced during Comic-Con. And it could be because it was a virtual con, and like they just so they're probably like, hey, we don't have things ready, so they can like kind of like take their time with it. But if a new comic's coming, we'll definitely let you know. Right now I'm just like, okay, stop with the teasing. Let us know what exactly it is. But yeah, this definitely. But like I said, this definitely looks like a new comic.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks really cool. If it is a new comic, I'll be excited. I liked the original crossover comic, and I'm just going to say this. I know there's been rumors of like they're making action. Like I know there's been rumors of action figures of the crossover, the first crossover comic, or the only crossover comic right now. But if action figures do happen, I mean, I'm crossing my fingers they do, but there's nothing concrete to say they are. I really want a Green Ranger Shredder figure. Like that's like because that was like one of the coolest designs. Yeah, the Green Ranger Shredder. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the turtles, because at one point the turtles they morphed into Power Rangers. Their designs were not. I didn't care for the turtle designs, and they could have done something really cool with them, but they just made it so generic. But like the Green Ranger Shredder is a really cool design. I'll have to definitely show you that design. It just screams like, oh man, make this an action figure. So I'm hoping Playmates and Hasbro can like make some sort of deal to make that happen. Yeah. All right. But speaking of Hasbro, speaking of Playmates, not Hasbro. But speaking of Playmates, we mentioned this before. So first I want to mention something about Playmates. Walmart, at the Walmart site, right now they have, well, at one point you could have pre-ordered the Playmates reissue of the original classic figures, and it looks like in the fall that those figures are actually going to make it on Walmart shelves right now. Because if you guys don't know, Walmart and Target and most major retailers at fall they have a new they always reset the toy section for each quarter, and the fall quarter is about to start, and so they're already clearancing out all their other stuff that's not selling, like all those Shang-Chi action figures, because the movie hasn't came out yet. That was a bad decision, Hasbro said. But Walmart and it looks like only Walmart they're going to be getting reissues of the classic Playmates figures of Ninja Turtles. And they had at one point, especially with their Walmart Collector Con, which was a total fail for this, I just want to say, because they're like, hey, you can pre-order this. They actually featured it on their page. Hey, you can pre-order these. But then the pre-order links never went live. It went live a couple of weeks ago before then, and then they just even though it featured on their site, it was like, oh, you can't do it. But from there, they had some in the two one that people a lot of people were curious about, other than the Party Wagon re-release, was the classic 2-packs of Leo with Bebop, I believe, and Mikey with Rocksteady. I could get those two mixed up. But they had those. But the thing was that people have been wanting to know the Raph and Don one, because they're going to come with new figures, because they're going to come with Shredder and Triceraton. Well, a Singapore online site finally gave us our first look at these figures. So right now we're looking at Donnie and Shredder, and then we also have Raphael with the Triceraton. And these are the first new Ninja Turtle action figures from Playmates since 2019.
Oh wow.
Yeah, exactly. And we have two. But now, okay, one thing I want to say is if you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see Shredder's smaller than Donatello.
That's what I wanted to say. Why Shredder is smaller than Donatello?
This is the most baffling thing, especially a few years ago, I think back in 2016 or maybe even before then, they actually made prototypes of a classic Shredder and a classic Krang. And that are going to be in the same size of the Turtles and Rocksteady and Bebop. Well, this one looks a lot like that Shredder prototype, but it's not. We did the comparisons, especially the head. The head is like so different from the prototype, but the size in general. And I'm gonna say this actually. I think I would like after like seeing these two side by side. I wish that the classic figures, like this Donatello action figure, was in the same size as Shredder, because the classic Ninja Turtle figures, I always felt like they were too big, because they don't scale well with the other figures, like with the other like Marvel Legends or the other like the other collector line figures that's out there. And like I think the Shredder is actually a pretty good size. This is that, but you put him right next to Donatello, and he looks like he's so small.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing was like Shredder comes with like all like the classic Ninja Turtle like weapons. Like he comes with the katana that looks like Leo's katana. He comes with like the Kama thing. He also comes with the fist dagger and the other like dagger. Like I mean it really is like, oh hey, we're just like bringing back all these classic weapons that you've seen for the past 30 plus years. Uh, Now, like, but
I think they really wanted to look like old classic toys.
no. They wanted to make it look like old classic toys. And the Shredder actually looks pretty good. It's just that I wish they made a whole line that like looks like this Shredder. And I'm also gonna say this, Playmates, because, like when they made these classic Ninja Turtles, like, it was during the time when like a lot of action figures, including like Marvel Legends, are like, oh, let's make the hands like foldable so they can hold their weapons. And now like the new normal is like switching hands out so you can have them hold other stuff, or like have fists and that kind of stuff, so you don't have it with the same hand motions all the time.
Yeah.
That's something I really feel like this one needed. And like that's also a reason why I think it's time for these classic figures to have a redesign. I mean, because like we're seeing Donatello here with the movable fingers, and then we have like Shredder with like the two molded hands, and like it would have been cool if Shredder had like just swappable hands, so you can have him like so that way like if we didn't want him to hold like a weapon, we can like do a punch or something like that. And I'm just saying because that's now the new normal for action figures now.
Yeah.
For collector action figures. So that's Shredder. Now we're gonna take a look at the Triceraton. Again, Triceraton looks so tiny.
It's funny their tails are so big.
I know. Yes, exactly. Yeah, which is funny because like in the show, like the turtles are like supposed to be like 4 feet tall or 3, like like they're supposed to be shorter than everyone else.
I have no idea why they did that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because because the thing is like Roxanne and Bebop, they're huge, and then it really looks like here like with this Raphael with Triceraton, Raphael can just like kind of like push like the Triceraton's like all right.
I think they first made the turtles and then they were like, oh, we're spending too much plastic.
Well, it's more of like, oh, we made these turtles like I had these action figures before we got married. That's how long these action figures have been out. So like it's like, hey, we still have these, and we got
like
two newer figures, and we're like, and they're just like, oh, we just don't bother to make it the scale. And I will say this, and I mean I know I mentioned this before. But why Triceraton? Triceraton was in one episode of the original series. Like, why not Krang? If you had, like, the 4 main good guys, why not we have the 4 main bad guys? Like, the real missed opportunity there. But the Triceraton also comes with 2 blasters. I never owned the original Triceraton figure before, so I don't know if these blasters are based off the original figure or not, but regardless, I do want these. I'm just so I'm happy that Playmates has finally like made some new action figures. Because like for the past while they just keep rehashing like, oh, here's some classic figures, here's some classic figures, and I really felt like Playmates kind of like this was the point where, especially with when Rise ended, when the toy line of Rise ended, this was the perfect time for Playmates to be like, oh hey, let's start making these $20 collector figures of like the original turtles. I mean, nostalgia is like really hyped up, and like, I mean, and unfortunately, like NECA came and like swept their feet on that, and Playmates kind of like dropped the ball because they could have got that like NECA money, but they just kind of like missed their chance, and now it is like they're playing catch up, and while the collectors are already shunning Playmates because these are not the figures that they want, and I mean that, and like so I know there are several people who are like excited about these, who are like really excited about these, but there's a lot more people who are like, oh, I have NECA, I don't need Playmates stuff. Uh, but speaking
Well,
of,
I think they have their. I mean, each of them they have their own style.
yeah, no, each of them have their own
This
style.
one has.
To be honest, I'm more excited about these than any of the figures that NECA came out with.
These are really,
Because
like,
because these are
innocent.
Playmates,
Yeah.
and like I mean if it wasn't for Playmates, we wouldn't even have Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And so I'm so glad they're making new action figures. I mean, and I'm hoping these sell enough for them to be like, okay, hey, let's start making like newer action figures that it's on par with like the Marvel Legends, the GI Joe Classified, the Star Wars Black, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Let's start like making that, and especially if Playmates make it like the production level is going to be so high that it won't be so hard to find like it is like NECA is. Because NECA is really good at making figures that look like the cartoon, and they're perfect at that.
Yeah.
Like I want like this where we have the Triceraton that looks like the classic
Toy.
the toy of Triceraton, but with that more modern playability. And like and as much as like as awesome as Super 7's been killing it, Super 7 also has this price range that's like outside of like people's reach. So I'm really hoping that these do well enough that like Playmates make more of these, and that hopefully the next one we see is Krang, and hopefully we get a redesign of the turtles that we actually have like that they actually like fit with the scale of these new figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also Playmates, if you're listening to this, I'm still trying to get in contact with Playmates, but if you're listening to this, Playmates, switchable hands. Like let's get rid of these movable fingers. That's so early 2000s. Like it's like movable, like the movable fingers. That's like it was a cool concept at first, but like the figures really dropped the weapons because of how often you move it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not that dependable. All right, so something else from Playmates. This also came from the same like Singapore site, and this one actually got me really excited. Playmates is remaking the Blimp.
Oh, Blimp.
Yeah. Oh, and Ropig John has joined us. He says, I really like these Playmates TMNT figures. Never had the bigger figures. Okay, yes. And I'm going to say this. Like now, before we get into the Blimp, I will say about the classic figures. The four original Ninja Turtle classic figures, I feel like Playmates, like, they kept bringing them back in like different paints. It's like, hey, this is the movie version. Hey, this is the black and white version. Hey, this is our comics version. But like Rocksteady and Bebop, they were released. They were like Toys R Us exclusive, and then like once those like sold out, they were like gone. And like no one if people didn't discover them at that time, then no one had a chance to get them again. So I'm so glad that people are now having the chance to get Rocksteady and Bebop again. And yes, I agree with you, Rajon Pig. I want to collect them all. Like I know I mentioned this before, and you probably missed it, but I'm more excited about these Playmate figures than I am with any of NECA's figures.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I want to talk about the Blimp. The Blimp I'm so excited about. I never owned the blimp as a kid.
I know, yeah, and you told me. I'm happy about it. You said that the classic one is very expensive.
Yes, the classic one's very expensive. All right, so I got really excited, and then I had a few people point this out to me. I didn't know this because I never owned the blimp, and but from the art design, this is not exactly the classic blimp. What people have discovered is that the balloon part is from the classic blimp,
Uh-huh.
but the bottom part is actually from the blimp from the 2012 series.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah, it is kind of cool. And to be honest, like looking at the picture, I mean, I have to see it in as actual toy to put my final opinions. But looking at the picture, it looks so much like the classic one, and I know, and like I know there's big differences, and it's probably they probably still have like the mold of this of the bottom part of like where the turtles sit, probably still in hand from the 2012 series. I don't know. I don't know if they still have the mold from the original blimp or not because they never re-released the blimp before.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really and both Rope John and I were in the same boat. Never had the blimp. Really want this. Even though it's not 100% exactly what it was, this still looks exciting. I can't wait to add this to my collection. I mean, uh, I never got the 2012 blimp either, just because the 2012 series. I mean, they had the blimp, but it wasn't nowhere near as important as like the.
It's good enough to make the child, your inner child, like happy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, if this doesn't come with the missiles that you can get from the party wagon, I'm okay with that. As long as I can have the turtle like sitting up there, and it doesn't. I know it won't have like that classic like 3 seat kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but still, it looks great. It looks great. I can't wait for this to come out. I only imagine this is assuming this coming to Walmart. I'm hoping like before Christmas time. But right now the only thing is we have is like this listing from this Singapore website. So and I'm hoping that this I'm hoping the price is going to be around $40. Like the party wagon on Walmart site it's like $35. I'm hoping like the price difference like I'm hoping it's just like $5 more than what the party wagon is.
Uh-huh.
But I can't wait to own this. I never owned a blimp as a kid, and to me this is close enough. I mean, if I ever want to hunt down the original blimp, I know that's gonna cost me a good like penny. So this is like for me, this is just good enough. Uh, and that is everything that we actually have for this week. Thank you for everyone who joined us to watch us, and thank you, Road Pig John, for joining in on the conversation.
Yes, I'm bringing all the excitement and emoji for us.
Yes, all the excitement, all the emojis. Oh no, we love it. We love seeing the turtle emojis and everything. All right, and don't forget. The full audio podcast is being released this Thursday wherever you find podcasts. We will be looking at the first episode of the season 3 finale. Season 3 is almost done.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
I'm not sure how I feel.
Be sure to join us for that. Also, be sure to like this video and subscribe to us so you don't miss it. And most importantly, if you enjoyed, please share. Like we love it when we have like lots of people here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But thank you so much for everyone joining us, and till next time, guys. We'll talk to you guys next week for more Ninja Turtle news.
Bye.
Bye. Good job, my Hazel. I love you so much. But yeah, I'm really excited about the blimp. Like,
Mhm.
um, and it was funny because like as soon as I posted, I was like, oh my gosh, the blimp is coming, and then like I had like three or four people tell me, he's like, it's not exactly the original blimp, and because at first I was like, what are you talking about? Like, one person like was like, this is a blimp from 2016 or 2017. I was like. I was like, "What blimp is that?" And then I was like, "Oh, I see. That's like when they released the blimp for the 2012 series. That like I can't even remember if the 2012 series even had the blimp in the show. I think it did. Okay, no, the 2012 series did have the blimp in the show, but it was so different. Um, but and then like when I saw like the art differences, I was like, oh no, I was like, oh, I see the difference. But I was like, you know what? Um, I was like, it's still good. Like,